That childlike spirit that shines bright from within. Doesn't care what time it is, doesn't know what fear or hate or anger is. He only knows what has been taught, programmed to believe. He doesn't care what clothes you want to wear, he doesn't care the shoes he wears. He just wants to play, adventurous, curious, has a big imagination, wanders around, breathing the fresh air, looking to see what comes next, dancing, singing, playing. That childlike spirit, playing in nature, touching the leaves, looking at the insects, looking at the animals, picking up sticks with friends in the forest, wandering around, seeking adventure, climbing a tree, being adventurous, curious, using his imagination, picking the fruits from the tree in his natural state, what nature provides. Every season provides different fruits, different herbs, different plants that are healing for the human body. Then we tend to fall off into a world of darkness towards processed foods, which are filled with poisons, fake ingredients, chemicals, sweeteners that destroys the human body, the mind, body, and spirit, the soul. We were in the light, then we tend to shift into the darkness of processed foods, sodas, pizzas, all these junk food that makes you obese and sick, causes cancer, diabetes, heart disease, obesity, dementia, Alzheimer's. All these sodas, all these processed foods are filled with sweeteners, addictive chemicals that keep you coming back and back and back. These foods have high level of sodium in it to keep it preserved so it can stay on the shelf forever. So when you eat that, you retain a lot of water because of the high level of sodium, which leads to inflammation. Eating meats like this, animal products, dead meat, pork, steak, beef, any kind of meat, causing inflammation in the blood, inflammation in your joints. That's your joint pain, that's your headache, that's your diabetes, that's your clogged arteries, that's your heart attack. Then you gotta take pills like this for stomach problems, for diarrhea, which causes inflammation to make you retain a lot of water and destroys your liver. Oatmeal cream pies, all these foods are processed. All these candies, Halloween, whatever, Thanksgiving, all these foods are bad for your health and destroys the human body mentally, physically, and spiritually. You feed your kids these products because it's not food. Remember, your body is living, it's electrical. You need electrical living foods for electrical living body. All these sports drinks right here destroys the brain, destroys the body, destroys your heart, destroys your teeth. Then you gotta go to the dentist to get fillings and possibly a root canal. All these pills here for the pain, for the headache, for the stomach ache, for the backache, which are caused from the processed foods and all the cigarettes and alcohol that you've been drinking. It's a process. Everything's cycle out from wanting. It's like a domino effect. Puff, puff, pass. Smoking cigarettes destroys the gum, destroys your heart, destroys the brain, destroys your temple, entire body. You shouldn't be burning up any smoke in your body. Poison, all poison. Right? Chug, 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 chug. Let's see how fast I can put on this vodka. Chug, chug, chug. Destroy your liver. All these alcohol, all these cigarettes, all this processed food destroys your health. Poison. Poison. The worst thing you can do is drink and smoke and consume their processed foods. All these drinks here, there's no need for it. Childlike spirit inside that shines bright. Got caught up, like myself, in the alcohol, in the smoking. I smoke mostly Black and Mounds, some weed here and there, but I was heavy in the drinking, partying, having a good time, what I consider a good time to be at that moment. Forgot about my childlike spirit, put on a lot of weight, feeling sick, swelling up, a little bit of anxiety, fears. Was on Xanax for a little bit. My mental was destroyed. My temple was destroyed. My soul was destroyed. That childlike spirit wasn't there anymore. Trying to find myself, but was stuck in the dark. Put on a lot of weight. Had gallbladder issues, stomach problems, joint pains, knee pain, back pain, groin pain. Had all type of pains. Right? Every morning I felt nauseated, like I want to throw up every morning. Hangover, sickly. You can tell by the pictures. A lot of inflammation. Right? You're not supposed to look like that. Or feel like that. Felt horrible. I started to look towards the plants. towards a more natural way of healing the body by going back to my childlike spirit from when I was a child, playing in nature, climbing the trees, playing in the rain. I just remembered that when I was a child, I never had these problems as a kid. I lost a lot of weight, at least 50 pounds. 2012, 7 months into it. All those bad foods I was eating, all this alcohol, cigarettes, prescription drugs, not getting enough nature. I went back to that. I remember as a child. All I did was just remember. And also I did some deep researching, some deep inner search. Went back within myself. Felt good. I was doing some modeling. I was starting to grow my hair out. Felt amazing. Everything is a process. And sometimes we forget. But you need nature. Nature is your life force. Nature is your connection. Fell off a little bit back in 2017. 2018, I had my first child. You can tell by the dreads. Difference here is that I started raw in 2012, and 2017, 2018, I went towards more of a cook vegan lifestyle. When I ate the cook vegan, I was retaining a lot of water because a lot of those vegan foods were processed, right? Especially the cooked vegan foods. It wasn't straight from nature in its natural state, raw. You had to cook it up. So I was eating a lot of like rice, black beans, falafels, and all these things. So it kind of put a little weight on me. Once I started to make a shift back to raw, I started to look like this again now. But the only difference now that I added into my lifestyle was a lot of nature. So the point that I'm getting to here is that your body needs nature. You need to earth yourself barefooted, a lot of breath work, a lot of meditation, sunlight. You can tell by the complexion of my skin. In my other videos, I was kind of pasty and pale. Didn't look too healthy. Now I'm kind of bronzed out now. So your body needs nature. You're a part of nature, and it's your connection. Similar to your phone needs to be stuck into the socket or plugged into the socket to charge it. You need to charge up in nature. You have cells in your body like batteries, your immune system. You need to get in nature and charge that up. That's your force field. That's your electricity. Remember, your body is electrical and it needs to be charged. These are recent pictures here. If you notice, my body is full. And at this point right now, I'm not eating as much as I used to. Most of my foods that I consume now is just like watermelons and coconut water. I don't eat that much nuts and seeds. I don't eat that much avocados anymore. Once you start to raise your vibration up to a certain point, a lot of foods that you may have ate, which are plant foods from nature, you may not eat those anymore. And your source of energy is going to be different now. So a lot of my source of energy is coming from the breath work. It's coming from being in nature, the sunlight, connecting to the source that gives life, which prepare your foods naturally. So I spend a lot of time breathing, being in the sunlight, being in the rain, earthing myself, grounding myself, because that's your connection. Getting electricity straight from the source that prepares your food. Remember, your body is electrical, it's living. So the air and everything that nature provides, the elements, your body has that inside of you. When you're not getting that, that's when you get deficient. That's why some people, when they're raw, they may be eating the fruits and eating the vegetables, but they're not getting enough nature, or they're not getting any nature at all. I've learned that when you're not within nature, like myself, it will make you deficient. When you're in nature, and you're taking in the elements, it will help you to sustain the muscles. But you must work out though. You must move. You must exercise. Could be calisthenics, push-ups, pull-ups, whatever exercise you like to do, dancing, but you do it within nature. So you have to pump. You have to get blood pumping in those muscles. If you see here, I don't eat a lot of food. There are some days I only have like 16 ounces of coconut water, and I'm just working out only on that. And I've been living on this lifestyle for 12 years now. But I've transitioned a little bit towards more of a breatharian kind of vibe. But I still eat my fruits, but I don't consume as much as I used to, because everything is a process, right? And what I do here, it may not suit certain people that are trying to change their lifestyle for the first time. What you see me doing here took me 12 years to accomplish this. So you just jumping up and just start, okay, I'm just gonna stop eating now and just breathing air, which breathing air is natural and you should be doing that every day. Or I'm just gonna eat fruits and that's it. You have to build yourself up. Like I showed you here in my videos here, I fell off a little bit and I found myself again. So I started out in 2012, kind of fell off in 2017, 2018, then I found myself again. Now these are recent pictures of me, of what I look like now and how I feel. And I feel great, but like I told you, what you see here may not fit you at this moment. So you may need to do some cooked vegan foods, but not over processed foods though. Foods that are created naturally. See, not foods that are in packages like Beyond Burgers and all these things that are full with sodium. That's going to let you retain a lot of water and cause inflammation and weigh down on your organs. So you want to prepare your food naturally, right? So you may need to do that. Then eventually you kind of wean yourself off. See? So when I started, I had to wean myself off of certain foods. But I started out with just a juice fast. And that's how I lost a lot of my weight and reset my body. I detoxed, I fasted, and get rid of all the inflammation and all the poisons out of my body. And then from there, I started to wean off a lot of things, you see? So everything is a process and you cannot rush it. But you have to keep in mind, it's not just eating the fruits alone and the vegetables and nuts and seeds. You must get within nature. You must ground yourself, plant your feet consistently, breathe the air, and importantly, get sunlight. Just like the fruits has the mineral, vitamins, amino acids, the elements provides that too. It gets within your pores. When you breathe it in, it goes in and circulates around the body. And that's going to keep you grounded. That's going to keep you tight. That's going to bump up your immune system. That's going to bump up your cellular levels. Cellular levels are better, just like the phone. When you're not doing that and engaging within nature, getting the elements in, it will make you deficient. A lot of people, they go to work. There's nothing wrong with that. You do what you got to do. We all have to find a way, to make some kind of living in this system, right? Because it's a system, okay? And majority of things that they have taught us is a lie. Let's be honest now. There's a truth and there are lies, man. Or the foods that we were taught to eat poison your body. It destroys the body. And there's a lot more lies too. Majority of the things they're taught you are all lies, right? Coconut water, the watermelons, the foods from nature is what your body needs in its natural state, in the living natural state, right? Putting in processed foods with a ton of ingredients will only cause obesity and destroy your organs, destroy your body, destroy your mental state too. That's where all the diseases, all the imbalances are coming from, you see? So when you eat this way, this is where you're going to raise your vibration. This is where you're going to feel at the healthiest. This is where you're going to keep a light, because you are the light. When you eat the dead foods that are on the shelf, then you're going to feel dead. You're going to feel tired. You're going to feel sluggish. You're going to feel depressed. And like I said, you must move. When you're eating the plant foods, you have to move. You have to get into nature. That's the most important thing. And that's why some people that are doing raw, when they're not incorporating nature, you can see that they look kind of pasty, kind of paley looking. They may not be able to put on weight, right? And some of them may even feel tired and kind of sluggish. And the reasons for that, because they're deficient. And it's not the reason because they're not eating enough fruits. The reason is that they're not getting enough sunlight, enough fresh natural air. They're not moving their body within nature. They're not meditating within nature. When you lock up in your house with AC, breathing AC, you're destroying your body like that. When you're only getting artificial light instead of the real natural light, you're destroying your body. When you're in your car with the windows wound up with AC with a whole bunch of clothes on, run out your car, run into the building to work, come back out and go in your car and order some pizza on the phone and sit in your house with AC blowing, you're destroying your health. You're lowering your batteries. You're lowering your cellular level. You're lowering your immune system. And that's where the diseases come into play. When you get within nature, get within the rain shower, you don't run from the rain now. You don't see the rain and like, oh man, I'm going to stay in my car. Or I'm going to use an umbrella. You get in the rain. The rain has also minerals and vitamins in the rain that your body needs too. Also amazing for the hair, amazing for your skin. It gets into your pores. You are a part of nature. When you disconnect from nature, you're pretty much disconnecting from yourself. You're dying off slowly. Well, I shouldn't say slowly. You're dying off quickly. So it's not just consuming just fruits and that's it, and you're just sitting down and no, I'm not going outside because it's too hot. Everything is a process and you have to build yourself up. And like I said, meditation, like what I'm doing here, is very important. This is one of the most important parts of it. And when I started out, I was always in nature, but not as much as I am now, because from experience you learn all these things. Everything is a process. And for somebody who hasn't been in nature as much, they're disconnected from nature, which a lot of people are disconnected from nature. They're disconnected from themselves. Everything is a detoxing phase. Just like if you're doing a juice fast and you're coming from processed foods, Burger King, smoking cigarettes and alcohol, you are going to go into some serious detoxing moments. You could have diarrhea, you could be throwing up, you could be shaking, you could be sweating, you could just be super anxious, fearful, nervous, because you're going to see things and feel things that you have never felt before. It's going to take you to a point where you feel like you're going to die, which you are dying off. That old you is dying off into something new, right? Kind of like a caterpillar to a butterfly, right? So when you're not used to being in nature because you're disconnected, which you breathe all the time and the natural air is there, but you're not conscious of breathing the air. You have to be conscious of breathing the air. A lot of people don't even know that they're breathing because a lot of people are shallow breathing. They're not breathing properly. So when you're conscious of this, you become aware of it and you practice, you remember, and you get back to yourself, you connect back with yourself, you connect back with nature, which is you, then that is where you're going to feel, that magical feeling, that strong connection, right? And like I said, the God is within you. God is within you. You got to go inside yourself now to feel yourself. You can't feel yourself on the outside. Nature is you. Nature is inside of you. You can't feel nothing from the outside. It's all within. And the sunlight, that's straight energy. Magical. And yes, I do gaze in the sun. I do sun gazing. Haven't went blind yet. Matter of fact, my eyes have gotten better. Looking in the sun doesn't make you blind. Being in the sun does not give you cancer. That's your vitamins and minerals. You need that connection with the sun. Just like the plants need a connection. But it's a balance. The rain, the sun, the heat, the cold. It's a combination of everything. The bacteria on the ground, the soil, whatever the sun provides, the natural germs, the bacteria that you're playing, all that builds up your immune system and builds up your cellular levels. When you're not in it, playing in it, being in the ocean, get dirty, take off your shoe. You're lowering your levels. And like I said, when you're not used to it anymore because you're disconnected, it will make you ill. It will give you what they call a flu-like symptom, which is just a weak immune system and weak cellular levels from not having any connection. The sunlight here, I do sun gazing. I can gaze in the sun for a long time because my body remembers. And it's a process. It's a day-to-day process that I'm consistently doing, just like your juice fasting. Now I'm at a point where I would say I'm more of a breatharian now, and I have a lot of juices. May have some nuts and seeds here and there, but not that much anymore. But just mostly, I use a lot of the breathing, a lot of the meditation. Right? The night air is good. Breathing the night air, getting in the moonlight. Everything that nature provides, the elements, is part of you, because everything within you is nature. Everything within you is the element. The heat is inside of you. The sweat, all of the bacteria, the germ, everything is within you. So you need to connect to kind of bump that up, to kind of advance that, to kind of raise up the levels. The breath, fresh air is a consciousness. The movement is all energy. Everything around you is all energy. It's all connective. When you run away from that and hide and cover up, all you're doing is just destroying yourself quickly. And some may say, but you only live one time. What does it matter? No, you don't live one time. That's something else to tell you again, which is a lie. You're on a journey right now. You have an experience. But there is a spiritual side of things, the consciousness part, the energy that's within you. If you want to connect, go within. God is within you. And how do I know this? Oh, because I've experienced a lot of different things. I've seen things and heard things, I've witnessed things. I've had out-of-body experiences, which I made a video on that, I just haven't posted yet. But dancing, moving, whatever you like to do, move within nature. Move your body. That's the energy. That natural chemical that you create, all that endorphins, serotonin, oxytocin, that feel-good vibe. You have that. That's a natural healing medicine, that. Not prescription drugs. You can naturally heal yourself. The body is mechanical, it's electrical, and it has the capability of healing itself if you know how to tap into it. You got to go within. You can heal any part of your body. But if you don't understand, if you don't have the knowledge, then how are you going to do it? You wasn't taught that. Because they're not going to teach you that. They're not going to tell you that. What they're going to tell you though is what's on the news coming up, and what foods to buy and what to fear and what to hate. And what celebrity is doing over here and what celebrity is doing over there and what you should buy. It's all about buying. And playing into lies and illusions. All a bunch of deception, lead you in the wrong direction while they suck your energy. So you're sitting there buying a bunch of junk food, giving it to your kids, poisoning your kids, leading them in the wrong direction, and they grow up doing exactly what you're doing, having high blood pressure and diabetes and cancer, and then give it to their kids. That's about it there, guys. Hopefully this video helped you out. If you don't have any questions, just leave it down in the comment box and I'll try my best to answer you. Alright? One love out to everybody, and keep on kicking, keep on moving, man, and get within nature. Do the best you can. One love.